Hello everyone, welcome to Learning English. I have been posting videos on English grammar, first and second PUC English lessons. If you have not watched any one of them, please go to the playlist and see them. In this video today, we are going to discuss prepositions. Preposition is a word used before a noun or pronoun to show its relation to some other words in the sentence. What do I mean by that? Let me clarify with an example. Look at this example. I am from Bengaluru. Remove from and read the sentence. I am Bengaluru. Are you? Look at another sentence. She is at the bus stop. Remove at. Read the sentence. She is the bus stop. Is she? He ran across the road. Remove across. Now, read this. He ran the road. Looks very awkward, isn't it? So, preposition is a word used before a noun or pronoun to show its relation to some other words in the sentence. I am from Bengaluru. At the bus stop, across the road. These three in these sentences are prepositions. So, what are the functions of these prepositions? If you say he ran across the road, it shows the movement, direction. So, this is the road. He ran across the road. So, the function of the preposition is clear here. But is it as simple as that? No, not really. There are plenty of prepositions in English. We often get confused whether to use beside or besides, in or at, on or upon. So there are some confusions. There is a way to understand this. What I do, I take up two prepositions at a time and give you plenty of examples. Through examples, we are going to understand or clarify our doubts whether to use in or at, beside or besides, something like that. Before that, let us look at some simple prepositions that we use in our day-to-day conversations or in writing. In, on, at, for, from, by, to, before, below, above, over, with, etc. There are many. I read in many books, it is said, even the native speakers find it difficult to use the correct prepositions because one preposition has many functions and several prepositions have the similar function to do. So, we will take up more examples. We will take up analysis so that we will be in a position to use prepositions correctly. Let us start doing that. As I said, I will take up two prepositions at a time and discuss the differences. First one, the correct use of certain prepositions. The first one, beside and besides. More often than not, these two are misunderstood. Beside means by the side of or next to. Besides means in addition to, more than, plus, including, something like that. If you look at the examples, you will know it. We built a house beside the factory. Here, beside means by the side of, next to. I speak English besides Kannada. Here it means, in addition to English, you can speak Kannada or you can speak more than one language. So besides is used to add more things to it. In addition to, more, plus or including. Another preposition or these two prepositions
since and for are also misplaced. Since is used for a point of time. For is used to indicate period of time. What does it mean? Let us look at the examples. She has been waiting since 4 o'clock. There is a point of time. The point of time is 4 o'clock. She has been waiting for 2 hours. Suppose she has been waiting from 4 to 6. That is 2 hours. So you can say to suggest or to refer to this period of time, we use for. She has been waiting for 2 hours. Another example might be useful to you. We have been enjoying freedom since 1947. How many years now? Since here it is used because we are referring to the point of time. We have been enjoying freedom since 1947. If you have to put it in the period of time, how many years from 47 to 2020? Maybe 73 years. So you can now write, we have been enjoying freedom for 73 years. I hope this is clear. Since is used to suggest the point of time. For is used to suggest a period of time. Another set of prepositions I have chosen. Among and between. One must be careful in using among and between. You must know the difference. Among is used to indicate more than 2 persons or things. Between is used when you are referring to 2 persons or things, not more than that. For example, he slept among the trees in the forest. Not 1 or 2 trees. Among suggests many. There was an argument between 2 friends. So, between is used to indicate 2 persons or 2 things. Among is used to indicate more than 2 persons or things. Let us look at by and with. By is used as an agent, with as an instrument. What does it mean? If you look at the examples, it will be clear. It came by post, agent. I write with a ball pen, not by a ball pen. I write with a ball pen. When you say with, it means it works as an instrument. If you say it came by post, it means by is an agent. So, by and with should not be confused. In the context, we must be aware, are we suggesting it as an instrument or by an agent? And that will be enough to use the correct prepositions in that place. In and at. At for small towns and villages. This is preposition of place. In the next video, I will be discussing prepositions of place, time, manner, and all that. Use of in and at. At is used to refer to small towns and villages, places. In for large places, countries and towns. Let us look at the examples. He was born at Arasikere in Hassan. At Arasikere because it is smaller compared to Hassan, the district. So in Hassan, at Aresike. Small towns and villages. For bigger towns or large places, countries, towns, we use in. I lived in Vizag. Another example. Vizag is comparatively a big city. I lived in Vizag at Sardar Chowki. You are coming to a specific place now. Smaller town or smaller area. So, in is used to refer to large places, countries, and towns. At is used to refer to small towns, villages, a specific place in a large area. I am repeating a few things here and there for your benefit. On and in or at and by. I have taken four together with a purpose. On for days of a week, month, we use on to suggest the days of a week or month or year. At is used to refer to exact time. In is used to refer to a period. By is used to refer to point of time. Let us look at the examples. That will be more interesting. I went there at 2 o'clock. I went there at 2 o'clock. What is the function here? Now you will see. Exact point of time. Exact time. At 2 o'clock. We go to Ooty in summer. The period. She was graduated in 1980. It's again a period. I drink tea in the morning. Again, a period. So you can add one more sentence to this. He came by 2 o'clock. I went there by 2 o'clock. Once again, we are referring to the point of time. So, in, at, by, on, what is the use of this? And we have learned through some examples now. I said in the beginning, prepositions can be tricky because one preposition has same function. Many prepositions can have similar uses. That is the reason why we must know or learn prepositions from the context. In and into. Lots of differences that we will notice. In and into. In is used to suggest things or persons in a rest position. Into things or persons in motion. For example, Madhavi was in the room in rest position. I walked into the room. It suggests movement. Things or person in motion. He is in the hospital. A person is in rest there. It's not in motion. There is no movement here. So that is the difference that we must notice. In and into. Between in and into. On and upon. On is used to suggest things or persons, O-R-R, not A-R-E, things or persons at rest. Upon is used to suggest things or persons in motion, once again, or, not A-R-E, O-R-R. Ravi was on the dais. He jumped upon the wall. That is the difference. That you will see emotion. It's not emotion, motion. Please make these two corrections here. things are persons in motion, not emotion, movement, on and upon. There is a difference between these two. I think that is clear through these two examples. In and within. In. After the end or at the end. In is equal to after the end or at the end. Within is equal to before the end of something. For example, I shall type the letters in 2 hours. Look at the explanation above. After the end or at the end of 2 hours. I shall return your book in a week. After the end of the week or at the end of the week. I shall pay the money within a week. That means before the end of that particular week that you are talking about. I hope that much difference you noticed in these two prepositions, in the use of these two prepositions. Before and far. Maybe the last set of prepositions that we are discussing. Before, to suggest point of time once again. For, to suggest period of time. For is already discussed before. I shall be back before 9 o'clock. Point of time. I shall stay here for 3 weeks. Period of time. Okay. We have seen some set of prepositions here. After and in that we will discuss at the same time. Maybe this is the last one. After the end of a period and in the end of a period in future. After is used to suggest the end of the period in the past. In is used to refer to suggest the end of a period in future. For example, he returned the book after a week. The past activity. She will finish the reading in a week. This is going to be a future activity. She has not completed reading and she will complete it in a week's time. So, he returned the book after a week. The indication here is that this has happened at the end of a period in the past. I hope these explanations or this explanation on prepositions help you to identify the differences between prepositions among many prepositions. In the next video, if you are a student of first PUC, you will be given exercises. In the next video, I am going to discuss the exercises set on prepositions in first PUC English workbook. Until then, practice using correct prepositions in the context or in the sentence given to you or in your day-to-day conversations. See you then.